Hi guys, this is Scott Shepard and I'm Ron Miller of Pursuit Physical Therapy, and today we're going to answer the question, can you return to golf after having a rotator cuff surgery? So this is going to be a good one, and we see this a lot here. So for our audience and viewers out there right now, Scott, can someone come back from rotator cuff surgery and play golf again?
Yes, most successful rotator cuff repairs, if you restore the range of motion within a reasonable level of full functional range of motion and strength, there's no reason why you can't return to golf. There's some right and left side differences, and depending on your swing, there's different factors on your shoulder and how much stress it's going to put to it. But ultimately, the answer is if you restore function with proper rehabilitation after surgery and you have good functional strength, you should be able to return to golf, which is generally considered a lower impact activity.
Great, good. So the answer to that question is yes. If you solve the root cause of your pain, if you identify any kind of risk factors or other impairments that may be overloading the shoulder, and get you on a structured program, yes, there's no reason why someone can't return to golf. I believe that I speak for both of us on this one, but we both believe that if you solve the root cause, identify the risk factors, there's no reason why you can't get back. We always hate it when medical professionals say, no, just stop golf, or no, you're never going to return to golf, or stop doing CrossFit. If you solve these problems, you can get back to golf. So the next question that many people will probably have is when, is there a general timeline of when they can return to golf? Is it a year later? Is it 2 months? So when can someone return to golf after having a rotator cuff tear?
Okay, well, the first part of that, you're going to defer back to the surgeon. The surgeon understands the repair. Was it a large tear, small tear? What other things had to be done in there? Were there some other cleaning, debridements, things that had to be done that they want to allow longer healing? So you go back to the surgeon first. They're going to have a general recommendation. They're going to say, we want you with none of these activities for 8 weeks or 12 weeks or maybe even 4 months before you really return to anything like throwing a baseball or hitting a golf ball. So we're going to go back and ask the surgeon when their timeline is. But that timeline, remember, is a little arbitrary. It's based on the healing of the structures. It doesn't mean that you can physically actually do the sport. So you have to kind of get evaluated by somebody who understands golf, the mechanics, the necessary components of your swing, what kind of movements are needed, how much range of motion do I need to achieve to do my golf swing for performance and also not re-injuring myself. And at that point, that's when you really know you can return. So after you get crossed off the doctor's list, you then get evaluated, you need to make sure that you can actually physically perform the activity before you return back.
Yeah, rotator cuff tears are kind of tricky because depending on which one you have and the thickness tear of the rotator cuff, it's going to vary between patients. It's so this is the important thing now is there is no general guideline to get back. It's not like everyone's going to get back at 8 months. Depending on your case and your surgery, and based off of a thorough evaluation, is then you can customize or specifically design a plan for you to get back to golf. And it's not like you just go 0 to 100. You're going to get a structured program when you restore your full range of motion. When you demonstrate basic strength, maybe you start putting. Maybe eventually when you get to advanced strengthening, then you start doing some chips. So it's really important to get a thorough assessment by a golf professional, if not a physical therapist, to be able to assess your movement and biomechanics with that. So the last question that many people will probably have is how? What's the next steps to take to allow them to get back to golf? Is there a structured program? How do I get back to golf now after having a rotator cuff surgery?
Right, and that gets into that last phase, which is, maybe you've covered your bases, you've done rehabilitation, and they've said you're discharged, you've got full range of motion, you have within functional strength, but now you're talking about your sport activity. That's a little outside of the realm of traditional physical therapy. And so for that next step, you need to be evaluated by somebody who understands the actual sport. And they can tailor a program to show you how to get to those key positions of your swing, which might be a little more extreme than the basic exercises you learned in your physical therapy right after the surgery. So you have to start practicing those in-position movements. You have to start challenging those tissues of your body in specific patterns of movement for the sport with positions and then also speed and load so that the tissues are ready to go back to the swing without re-injury.
So the important answer to this question is yes, and you need a skilled expert to design a customized design program for you. Scott runs our golf injury and performance program. He's not only a physiotherapist, but he specializes in golf and golf swing mechanics and what muscles are best activated to help you not only with performance to get back to golf. So if you've had a rotator cuff surgery, if you're struggling with golf or you're still having pain after the surgery, or better yet, you haven't even returned to golf yet, but you want to get back to golf, but you don't know how to actually do it, give us a call today. You can call us at 407-494-8835. We'll get you in for a thorough assessment. We'll design a customized program to get you back to golf, and you'll know exactly what to do and when it's going to be accomplished by for your case. So thanks again for taking time out of your day for doing this. We hope that you guys got some questions answered, and now you have a little bit more information about returning to golf after a rotator cuff surgery. If you have more questions about our program and our treatment approach, visit pursuittherapy.com, and thank you for tuning in.